Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today? Darnyelle Jervey Harmon here. Excited to be with you live. I'm a smidge early. It's 11:59. We had to get everything. We had a little scare over here because we're getting sprinklers installed outside today, and they hit the line for the internet. So I'm like, all panicky. So I'm excited to be with you on another Walk It Out Wednesday, Grow Your Business Wednesday. This is the day that I help you to not only get over the hump, but to actually walk into a business that serves you. So today, I am here to talk to you all about, we're going to continue our conversation around money. And today we're going to talk about what money makes us do. But before I get too far in, let me say hello. Hello, Natasha. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Crystal. Do me a quick favor and right away hit the reshare button because you know I'm going to say some good stuff, right? So you know people that I don't know. Go ahead and share it with them. Share, 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 share. That's probably the biggest compliment you can pay me anytime you stop by to hear what it is that I'm going to share with you, is to share with other people. So thank you in advance for sharing it to other people. Hello to our people joining us from Instagram. I see we got Luciana. She's on in both places. She's on Instagram and on Facebook. Well, go ahead with your bad self, honey. So another Wednesday. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it is mid-July. So what that means is that we are already halfway through the first month in the third quarter of 2018. And it might be summer, but I don't know about you, but I know in my business and in the business of many of my clients, we build our best relationships and get our best contracts in the summer months. So I hope you are not slacking on the possibilities of what could be happening in your business to set your business up for tremendous success in late third quarter and in fourth quarter of 2018, depending upon who your client is. If your client happens to be a corporation or a governmental entity, they still have money to spend. Many organizations, their fiscal year starts July 1. So we're at the beginning of a new cycle of budget. And this money that is appropriated to the various things that your business does, because organizations, corporations, governmental entities, they buy everything. And so depending upon who your client is and what you are selling to them, they have a budget line. They have to spend that budget line. If they don't spend the budget line, catch this, they run the risk of not getting that money again. So you have to do your due diligence and know what your clients are doing and how they're setting up their budgets. And here's a quick tip. This is before we even get into what we're here to talk about today. If your entity, whomever you serve, is at least a corporation, they have to produce an annual report. If they're a nonprofit organization, they have to produce an annual report. If you know how to read an annual report, you can go in and you can find the budget lines where your services fall into, and then that gives you an indication of how much money they're spending each year in that budget line. So that could open you up to additional. That was free for those of you who got here early. So hello, hello, hello. Darnyelle Jervey Harmon here, excited to be with you. Today on Grow Your Business Wednesday, we are going to talk a little bit more about money, but today we're going to talk about what money makes us do. What money makes us do. So for those of you who may be joining us for the first time and don't know me from a hill of beans, let me just take a quick moment and give you the quick and dirty about me. So there's always three things that I want to share with you. Number one, I love God. I don't apologize for it. And I'm really all about connecting spiritually. I believe that businesses that have a spiritual foundation go farther faster. This is not about religion. This is about understanding the spiritual laws that God created for this abundant universe that we live in, and having connection enough with him to be able to tap into those laws in order to experience the fullness thereof of everything you want. Now, if you happen to be of the Christian persuasion, then we can tie this directly into Jesus, right? So the Bible says that in John 10:10, he came that thou might have life and have it to the full, or have it in abundance, depending upon which version of the word you are reading, right? So that abundance for which Jesus came and gave his life is earmarked and reserved for you. It's stored up for you. And if you aren't accessing it, it is likely because your connection to God is off. You're out of alignment. And as a result, you are struggling to be impacted by the spiritual laws that govern this universe and give everyone access to abundance. Right? The Bible says in many places, any man who. And while I'm not about to turn this into a biblical lesson, I just wanted to point that out because that's the number one thing I always want you to know about me. I love God. Me and him are like this, and it is through him that I get to be who you come and watch on Wednesdays. So I thank God. I surrender all that I am to God, and I don't apologize for it. And if you want to see your business go farther faster, get to know him a little bit better. Connect with him spiritually. Get into alignment and just see how everything begins to really line up in everything that you might want in your life. So that's the first thing. The number two thing, I love business. My mission, my mandate, my mantle given to me by God is to help entrepreneurs and small business owners experience abundance financially and spiritually through showing them how to build a business that serves them in every possible way. So at my company, Incredible One Enterprises, we grow businesses, period. And we open entrepreneurs and small business owners up to the business growth strategy that puts consistent growth at their fingertips, at the tips of the toes, at the top of their head, and you know, you kind of get the gist of it. And so we can help our clients to connect mindset, messaging, and marketing to systems, sales, and scalability so that they can cross the 6 or 7 figure mark faster than they probably would be able to on their own. So I love business. I love teaching. I love teaching real business. I love connecting to the passionate part of you, the profit center that is going to give you access and unlock the door to all that it is that you might want. Most entrepreneurs that I come into contact with are really talented and passionate and have these amazing hearts to serve people, but they struggle and lack business acumen. So that's kind of where I come in. I teach you how to make it happen for you. That's the number 2 thing. And the number 3 thing is I am crazy as all get out. I love to have fun. I love to laugh. So anything is liable to come out of my mouth. I'm going to always share not only what is on my heart, but I'm always going to keep it real, I don't know if they still say this. This makes me sound like an old lady. I don't know if those young people still say this, but I'm always going to keep it 100. I'm always going to keep it all the way live, because here's what I want you to know. I didn't wake up like this, right? I did not go to bed a blunder and wake up a wonder. It has been a journey and a process to get to this point, to build my business, to be able to serve as many clients as I have the privilege and private pleasure to be able to serve. It's been work to get here. And so I never want to lead anyone to believe that it's going to shift just like this. It's a continual journey, right? It is absolutely the marathon and not the sprint. But setting your foundation in order right helps you to get there, slow and steady wins the race, as they say. All right. So now that we've got all of those preliminaries out of the way, last week we talked about the difference between because I can money and work hard money. And so if you missed last week, you want to go back and watch it. It is on my timeline here. It has also been added to my YouTube channel. If you would like to watch that, please do. Today, I want to talk to you about what money makes us do, right? So you probably have heard the OJ song, right? So last week I wanted to play Donna Summer, We Work Hard for the Money. Oh, that's probably number 4. I love music, and I love to tie things into music, right? So last week I would have played She Works Hard for the Money by Donna Summer. This week I would play the OJs for the Love of Money, right? And so if you know the song, in the song, they are talking about all the things or some of the things that money makes us do, okay? And so I want to deepen this conversation with you. But more than just deepening it, I want to relate it to your business, because that's who I am. I'm a business growth girl. That's what I do. I grow businesses, period. So I want to help you to understand this construct of money and how your relationship with money is the reason why you do or you don't have whatever it is that you want. Okay. Now, as I say it to you right now, you may not believe me, but I promise you that money is just an energy, and there is an overwhelming supply of it on the earth. Money is just an energy, and there's an overwhelming supply of it on the earth. Now, whether or not you believe me, and that is your personal view of money is going to depend on a lot of factors, right? So we've talked historically about your relationship with money not even being your own relationship. You inherited it. Your relationship with money came from someone, more than likely a parent or a guardian figure, is the help to shape the relationship that you have with money. And from the foundations of that first experience with money, your relationship with money continued in that grain because patterns were set up. And unless you learn how to create pattern interrupts and change those patterns, you will fulfill the prophecy around what it is you believe that money is. And so most of us feel like money is hard to attain. I did an exercise with my clients last week at my business building retreat for Incredible Factor University. That is my mastermind program for advancing entrepreneurs who want to build a financially and spiritually rich business. And so one of the questions that I asked is, I said, what has money kept you from? What are the things that money has kept you from? Actually, I didn't phrase it that way. What I said was, what is the way you look at money? What has it kept you from? And lots of good things came up, right? So some of the things I talked about last week, we have to work hard for money. That came up. That overwhelmingly all the time comes up, right? That money is not something you can play with. That you have to save it for a rainy day, right? Instead of this whole belief that when you understand that money is an abundant resource, you don't save it for a rainy day. Not that you spend it all, but that you don't hold your breath waiting on something because tomorrow may never come. Do you know how many people went to bed at night and said, I'll spend it tomorrow, and didn't wake up to see an opportunity to spend it? But because of that original relationship that you developed with money, it's created this sticky situation, this shifting environment for you. So we're going to talk about what money makes us do. And so I prepared 5 things. 5 is my favorite number. It is the number of grace. My second favorite number is the number 7, because that is the number of perfection and completion. But I'm hoping to give you a measure of grace. I'm hoping to add grace into the way that you look at money, so that you might be shifted and the way you look at money might be different, so that you can experience some of that because I can money that we talked about last week, that you move away from the hard money that you've been struggling to get your hands on, and you actually open yourself up to the ability to experience money for the fullness of what it is, and that is an overwhelming, fully abundant supply. If you know what I'm talking about, if I am speaking your language and you are like, yes, Darnyelle, keep going, do me a quick favor. Leave me a little comment in the chat and say, yes, Darnyelle, I am with you, as we jump into 5 things that money makes us do, right? So I'm going to tell you what money makes us do, the 5 things, my 5 favorite. And then we're going to talk about how it affects how you show up in your business, which is keeping you from money, which is an energy that is an overwhelming supply. Are you with me? If you're with me, make me a little comment and say, yes, Darnyelle, I'm with you. All right, so let's jump in. 5 things that money makes us do. Number 1, money makes us lie. It makes us not tell the truth. Listen, I'm never trying to make my time with you about other people, that you need to look at them with a side eye. But for 2 seconds, I'm gonna side eye. I want you to side eye. Money makes us lie. The lack of money makes us lie, right? So how many people, so let me just talk statistics. Let's make it all about business. So if you look at the statistics, the last set of statistics that has been provided to us by the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, and the Small Business Administration, the SBA, that was 2014 is the last set of statistics. In 2014, the census, like I literally just last night, the US Census for business owners yesterday. I literally just did it last night, because they're going to be compiling data, because they do it every 3 years. So soon we'll have numbers for 2017, right? As of 2017. But our last set of numbers is as of 2014. As of 2014, there were 28 million small businesses in the United States. I'm estimating up, right? It's a little less than that. but roughly 28 million small businesses in the US, right? 630 some thousand businesses start every single day. 800 and some 30,000 businesses go out of business every day. Okay, so it's almost like we're not getting ahead. We're kind of standing still in the number of small businesses in the United States. Okay, now of that 28 million small businesses, roughly 23 million of them are what the IRS classifies as a non-employer entity. It's what we in the marketplace call a solopreneur. We recognize ourselves as business people who don't have employees, non-employer entities. According to the IRS and the SBA, roughly 90%, 89.19% to be exact, do not have gross receipts in excess of $100,000 a year. 65.22% do not have gross receipts in excess of $50,000 a year. This is what the IRS and the SBA has to say about money. The same money that I just told you was an energy that it is at an overwhelming supply, right? So if you just look at the numbers, because we're talking about the first thing that money makes us do, which is lie. Money makes us lie. If you just look at the numbers, there are nearly 90% of the solopreneurs you see out in the marketplace that are not making six figures. But I don't know about you. Like, have you looked at the Facebook ads that are out now? Everybody and their grandfather is making at least six figures, if not seven figures, and they're doing it from their laptop on the beaches of Hawaii. Lie. Money makes us lie. The lack of money makes us lie. Well, here's the thing. A person like me, you can spot it a mile a minute, and you know when it's not true. You know when a lie is being told. Because there's this thing, if you've ever read the book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, he talks about the impression of increase. So the impression is the lie. So there's so many people who are lying about money instead of being honest and truthful about their situation, which is going to keep them from accessing money. Are you following me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So if money has made you lie, stop. I'm not saying you even have to put your business in the street. Who cares how much money it is that you make? Who cares? But if you are lying about the money that you make, it is part of the reason why you don't have more of it. So this lying makes us show up inauthentic in our businesses. Now, you probably, somewhere along the lines, if you have a business, have heard what I consider to be Marketing 101. And Marketing 101 says that people invest in themselves through you when they know you, like you, and trust you. Now, if roughly 90% of the marketplace isn't making six figures a year, but people want to say they can teach you about the millionaire mindset, and they can, they run the six-figure club and they've never earned it themselves, lies. Or they're basing their business foundation in theory and not in truth. Another way of saying they're lying, right? So money makes us lie. That's the first thing that money makes us do. And how it makes you show up in your business is inauthentic. People can spot a fake. And here's the thing. You can only keep up a lie for so long before eventually it's going to tell on you. So here's another quick example. I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but let's say you happen to be one of those people who say that you are a seven-figure business or even a six-figure business. And let's say I go to your website and you have your prices on your website. And let's say that the highest offering that is available to me on your website, which is your one-on-one coaching, your VIP coaching, if you happen to be a coach. It's the first example that popped in. That highest thing that you have that is on your website, you sell it for $2,500. Let me just do some quick math for you. So if you say you have a seven-figure business, and we're just going to assume that your seven-figure business is just hitting $1 million, and your top offering, because you have all of your prices on your website, is $2,500, that means you'd have to sell 400 of those in 1 year to make $1 million. 400 VIP days? That's crazy. That's a lie. The first thing that money makes us do is a lie. Okay, I'm moving on. The second thing that money makes us do is it makes our fear rise up. If you want to know whether or not a person is In faith or in fear, bring up money. I was having a conversation last week with a person who knows they need to be my client. I'm not going to say any names because they could be watching this broadcast at some point in time, but they know they need to be my client. They have worked with all of these other people and they are still unable to connect what they do to cash. They are unable to convert clients. I just happen to be amazing at showing people how to do that, amongst other things in business. In our conversation, this person even said, listen, I know I need to work with you. I know if I work with you, things will start to connect and I will start making money in my business. I've been spending all of this money investing in all of this stuff and it has not given me what I want, right? So they know they need to hire me. I tell them the investment and who shows up but fear. Money will make you step into fear instead of operating in faith. Now, here's the thing. If you have a business and you offer a service to the marketplace, people who are buying your service are making an investment, right? And what do investments do? They yield a return, right? If the investment that you are making is an investment in a solid foundation, not smoke and mirrors, but something that is validated, that you can actually confirm, it is likely that you will experience some form of return on your investment as well. Now, your return might not be as high as the next person's return, but there will certainly be a return on that investment, right? So why is there a reason to fear? Money makes us fear because of our backstory around money. Because depending upon how you were raised and what you were told that money is, if you were told that money doesn't work on trees and you have to grow, you have to work really, really hard for money, the thought of relinquishing this hard-earned money, even if that hard-earned money would bring you some easy money, is something that you constantly have to contend with. And fear is going to show up. Now, here's what happens in your business when fear is in the way. Fear will keep you from taking your business to the next level. Fear will keep whatever your goals are at bay. There is no way, write this down. There is no way to get what you want if fear is in the picture. Fear will keep you hostage, keep you in bondage. Lisa said that my worry about finances is the bondage I struggle with every single day. Here's what I know. Fear and faith cannot occupy the same space. You cannot be saying, God, I trust you and I need to hold on to this because I might not make any more. You can't. Because there's this thing, and there are many universal laws. I invite you, maybe I'll do a live on the universal laws and just do a quick breakdown of those for you. But you cannot say, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to hold it to my vest, but I expect for abundance to circulate to me, right? That's why people like Oprah and Bill and Melinda Gates have so much, because they're constantly releasing it. Fear is not making them hold it to their vest and keep it close to them. I apologize I don't know if you can hear, like they're putting sprinklers in here at Harmon Manor, so you might hear that. So I apologize if you can hear, but I'm going to keep pressing as if we can't hear it. So the second thing that money makes us do is it makes us fear. The third thing that money makes us do is it makes us placate. It makes us settle. So when we don't, let's say you want to invest in, I don't know, anything. Let's say you want to invest in a new computer. And you know what? You probably would invest in the new computer. So let's not make it about a new computer. Let's say you want to invest in a consultant that'll help you to do something. So depending upon what it is that you do, let's say you have an opportunity to invest in a consultant. And let's say you could invest in that consultant, right? Let's say you could. You have the resources, you're looking at them. Let's pretend that these are your resources. You're looking at them and you could invest. But because fear is ever present whenever an opportunity to invest or spend money, even if it's to buy clothes, right? There's always this fear. Am I going to have to rob Peter to pay Paul, right? So because that fear is ever present, we placate or we settle. So we don't. Okay, good. Thank you for that, Jersey Peach. What a cute Facebook name. We placate or we settle. We don't get what we want. Okay, so let me use a more real example. So let's say you want to get a new car, right? And you know you need a new car. And the car you want, the car that's been on your vision board for umpteen years is, you know, whatever. It's a BMW. Let's say it's BMW because that's what I drive, right? So let's say it's a BMW. And you could get a BMW. You go to the dealer, you test drive it, you love it, they run the numbers. The payment is probably a stretch for you, but you work hard every day and you deserve it, right? You deserve it. And you know in your heart you deserve it. And let's say you leave from the dealer because you know whenever you make it up in your mind that you're going to invest in yourself in any way, the universe will present. So the quote, the Emerson quote says, once you decide, all of the universe rearranges itself to bring you what you decided. So in that decision, the rearrangement of the universe is positive and negative forces. So everything rises up, right? So you decide you're going to get this car. You're set. You just need to go home, you know, pray on it, whatever your process is, but you're planning to come back in 2 days and put the down payment and prepare to drive off the lot with your new car. And you go home and something shows up. And maybe what shows up doesn't take all of the money that would have been your down payment money, but it takes a portion of your down payment money. And as a result of that, you settle, you shrink back, and you wind up at the Kia dealership. Now, no disrespect to anyone who has a Kia, but we know that Kias are much more affordable cars. They're not deemed to be luxury cars, right? So you were going to invest in yourself through all of your hard work to get this luxury car, and now you end up placating and settling for the not so luxury car because fear has showed up. So money makes us placate. What does that mean? I know personally, I have had people who have had conversations with me to hire me to help them to grow their business. I'm an investment. I'm not the $97 girl. I'm not her. That's not me. That's not my brand. That's not how we roll. That's not what we do. I don't apologize for that. And so they don't invest with me, but they go and they invest in somebody else who's like $297. Let's say $297 a month. Let's say for the sake of the example, I'm $1,000 a month and this other thing is $297 a month. So they go and they invest in the $297 a month. They settle for the $297 a month. Have you ever heard of the saying, you get what you pay for? And then they don't get everything that they need in order to take their business to where they need it to be because they settle. Money makes us settle. Don't settle. How this shows up in your business? You don't have what you need to fully serve your clients in the best possible way to serve them in excellence. And as a result of that, their ability to be well served by you is compromised. And so they don't get the good results. You don't get the great testimonials. You don't get the referrals, right? We can make the same thing about any software, right? So, you know, instead of choosing a true CRM, a customer relationship management system, you use something that's just going to allow you to send an email out. Well, you're settling for that in your business, and it's going to impact the way you show up because you don't have everything that you need to fully serve your clients and to fully anticipate their additional needs. That's going to impact your money, right? So money makes us settle. And if you don't like settling, then I'm going to tell you again some of the things you can do. So that's the third thing. So far we've talked about money making us lie, money making us fear, and money making us placate, right? The fourth thing that money makes us do is it makes us shrink back. It makes us decide to go without. So settling means we still make a choice, we still make an investment, but it's a lesser investment and it's not the full investment that's going to get us what we want. Shrinking back means that we suffer in silence. We don't make an investment at all, right? So it makes us shrink back or suffer and prevent us from getting what it is that we most need in that moment in order to experience whatever it is that we most want to experience. Now, how this shows up in your business is it impacts your ability to deliver great service to those that you serve. And if you're unable to operate in excellence, then it is in fact going to impact your checkbook, your pocketbook, if you will. So let me run down the first four that we've done before we jump in the fifth. We're almost done. We're going to go a little bit over. I normally like to only go 30 minutes. We're going to go a smidge over because I want to tell you about number 5. So money makes us lie. Money makes us fear. Money makes us placate. Money makes us shrink back or suffer. Those are the first 4 things that money makes us do. right? And if those are not bad enough, here's the fifth thing that money makes us do. It makes us make bad decisions. Now, I just said a few minutes ago that once you decide, all of the universe will rearrange itself to bring you what you decided. And positive and negative forces show up in this decision process, right? So part of it is just to validate that you're really operating in faith and that you're going to move forward despite what pops up. I don't know, but it has happened to me where I make this decision firmly, even make the investment, put the money out there, and then immediately after putting the money out there, some greater need, allegedly greater need, shows up that makes me question whether or not I did the right thing, right? Have you ever experienced that? Right. I think most people have experienced that. So money makes us make bad decisions. And if you are in your own business and you can't make solid decisions about any part of your business and the business process, then you sacrifice the potential clients that could be coming into your business. The bottom line of all of this is that if you don't get a handle on your relationship with money, and if you don't start to see money for what it is, I mean, the Bible, again, for those of you who subscribe to the doctrines of Christianity and consider yourselves Christians, the Bible it's a great book. It's, what is the little thing? Basic information before leaving Earth, I think is what people say. The Bible is such a great resource, but it is contradictory. There are places where it says one thing and places where it doesn't say another thing. And what you always have to know is that anytime man is involved, there's going to be the opportunity for bad decisions to be made. And so money is one of those things that will put God in a box and will allow us to not see the fullness of everything that God created money to be in our lives. He created it to be an energy, and it will show up. If you learn how to focus on leveraging your gifts and talents, the Bible says your gifts will make room for you, right? And that you have been given the power to create wealth, right? So if you don't have wealth, yet you've been given the power to create wealth, it is likely because lies, fear, placations, or settling, suffering, and shrinking back and making bad decisions has stopped you from creating wealth. These are the things that money makes us do. At the highest levels, there are many things that money makes us do. They make us stab people in the back. Many a relationship or friendship has been severed because of money, right? I remember I was watching I love this movie, The Bronx Tale. So if you've ever seen The Bronx Tale, there's this scene where C is chasing his friend that owes him $20. Like, he is ready to rip this boy to shreds over $20. Money makes us do crazy things. So here's what I want you to do as I prepare to close. I want you to do some introspective. So we're going to call this a Facebook Live in action. I want you to take a few minutes today, and I want you to think about the things that money has made you do. And if the things that money has made you do are not things that you can be 100% unequivocally proud of, then I want you to go and watch my webinar